I grew up in an old house, the kind with creaky wooden floors and peeling wallpaper. It wasn't exactly a mansion, but it sure had a strange history. My parents always brushed off the weird stuff that happened, but it stuck with me. And even as an adult, I still think about it. This isn't just one story. It's a few small things that added up over time until I couldn't ignore them anymore. The first thing I remember was when I was about 8. My room was at the end of the hall, and I hated going to bed because I always felt like someone was watching me from the doorway. I used to beg my parents to leave the light on in the hall, but even then, I could swear. I saw a shadow standing there, like someone tall, just waiting. Whenever I got up the nerve to go and check, no one was there. It became a nightly ritual, me staring at the open door. Too scared to close it, but too freaked out to leave it open. I convinced myself it was just my imagination. Things escalated when I was around 13. I woke up one night to the sound of soft footsteps, like someone in socks walking across the wooden floor. I lived in a quiet neighborhood, so any sound in the house stood out. The footsteps stopped right outside my door, and I remember lying there, my heart pounding in my chest, frozen. But no one came in. The next morning, I asked my parents if they had been up, but they both said no. Then came the whispers. It started faint, almost like white noise. So soft I couldn't make out what it was saying. At first I thought it was just the wind or the old pipes, but one night the whispering was loud enough to wake me up.
It was a woman's voice. Soft but urgent, like she was trying to tell me something important. My name wasn't clear, but the cadence of it felt like someone was calling me. I turned on the light, thinking maybe the TV was on. But everything was off. My heart was racing, and I sat there with the light on for hours, trying to convince myself it was all a dream.
Things got even weirder after that. My mom had this old mirror in the hallway, one of those ornate, gold-framed ones from an antique store. I started avoiding it because every now and then, out of the corner of my eye, I would see something move in the reflection. I once thought I saw a woman standing behind me, but when I turned around, no one was there. I told my mom about it, but she just laughed it off, saying it was probably my reflection playing tricks on me. The final straw happened when I was 17. It was late, maybe 2 a.m., and I couldn't sleep. I was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, when I heard it again, the soft footsteps. This time, coming down the hallway. They were slower than before, like whoever it was knew I was listening. I held my breath, my whole body tensing up as I watched the doorway. The steps stopped right outside my door, and then the handle turned, slowly. I'm not ashamed to admit I freaked out. I bolted out of bed, yanked the door open, and there was no one there. The hallway was empty. But here's the thing. The floor was freezing, like ice cold, way colder than the rest of the house. I slammed the door shut, shoved a chair in front of it, and didn't sleep the rest of the night. After that, I didn't care if I sounded crazy. I told my parents, and they finally admitted that they had heard things too. My mom confessed she had seen shadows in the hallway, but she didn't want to scare me when I was younger. We moved out a few years later, and I haven't had any experiences like that since. But sometimes, I still dream about that house. In my dreams, I'm standing in the hallway, staring at the door to my old bedroom, and I swear I can still hear the footsteps,